Hey everybody, it's Alexa at Encircle Acupuncture. Welcome to Acupressure Wednesday. We have had a request for an acupressure video for skin allergies, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Acupressure that you can use if you have skin conditions that are itchy, causing irritation, dry skin. All of these points can be used for skin allergies or other skin conditions. So thank you for sending in a request. If you have other requests or videos, please just let us know. So we'll start with just taking a moment to get centered and get comfortable in our bodies and just tune into what's going on. So just start in a comfortable seated position, feet on the floor, and let's just take some comfortable breaths. And just slow everything down. I'm going to close my eyes while I'm taking some deep breaths. You can close yours, you can leave yours open, whatever you want. And just tune into your body. See how you're feeling today. Notice if you have any areas of muscle tension. Are you holding stress anywhere? Are you holding your muscles tight anywhere? Do you have pain anywhere? How's your energy? Are you feeling energized? Are you tired? Just see what's going on with your body. Let's take a couple more breaths. All right, and now we want to do a gathering Qigong exercise to gather in some Qi from our environment, and then we're going to redirect that Qi during our acupressure session. So this gathering exercise you can do standing or seated. I'm going to stand, do whatever's comfortable for you, but I'm going to stand. You want to have your feet hip width apart, whether you're standing or sitting, and if you're standing, a little bit of a bend in your knees, don't lock your knees, and neutral spine, and you're going to inhale as you lift your arms overhead, palms up, and then as you exhale, you're going to lower your palms and bring them to rest on your abdomen. We'll do that a few times, and you want to visualize gathering in Qi from around you. Deep breath in. And exhale. All of this Qi that we're gathering, we're going to then direct during our acupressure session. Take as much Qi as you need. There's plenty to go around. Let's do one more inhale. And exhale. Now all this Qi that you have brought to your lower abdomen, to your lower dantian. Now we want to rub our hands together and just redirect that Qi out to your hands and your fingertips so that all that Qi is right there literally at your fingertips for our acupressure session. And your hands should start to feel warm and tingly. And that's a sign that you've got some good Qi flow to your hands. That's what we want to see. Okay, so like I said, today we are discussing acupressure for skin allergies. This was a request from someone, so thank you for making that request. These points that I'm going to show you today can be used really for any type of skin conditions, for itching, irritation, dry skin. So if you have any type of skin inflammation or irritation, these are going to be helpful points. I'm going to show you 4 points on the arms and 4 points on the legs. You don't have to do all of these. Pick which points are going to be most relevant for you based on the function of the points, which I'll discuss, or also just based on how your body is responding to them. So what feels good for you? If something feels good, spend some more time massaging that. So we're going to discuss really 3 concepts when we're talking about skin irritation, and really 3 goals, what we want to do with this acupressure session. The first concept is releasing the exterior. The second concept is clearing heat, and the third is cooling the blood. And so I'll talk about each of those as we go through the points. So first point we're going to do is large intestine 11, and that is located on our arm at the elbow. So you want to just find the elbow crease. So here's my elbow crease, and it's at the end of the elbow crease on the thumb side, okay? So this is, if you're here on the pinky side, that's wrong. That's not the large intestine channel. So just have your palm facing your chest. The large intestine channel runs up this ridge where the thumb goes. So large intestine 11 is right here at the end of the crease in the crook of the elbow. And just press. Just spend some time pressing there. You can rub in circles. That's what I like to do. Large intestine 11 is a very important point for clearing heat. And we can use this to clear heat internally or externally. This is also a great point to use if you've got tendinitis in your elbow or in your forearms. Very helpful for that. And you can see this point is already getting red on me. If you have heat that needs to be released, when you do acupressure, your skin is going to change colors like this. So my skin is turning red. Depending on your skin tone, your skin might get darker. If you have a darker skin tone, it might not look red, but it's going to change colors if you have some heat that needs to be released. I'm going to switch to the other side. All of these points are bilateral, so you can do them on both sides. So here it is on the other side. Locate with palm facing chest. Here's the large intestine channel. There's large intestine 11. So I'm going to spend some time massaging there. Now, the reason why I want to clear heat is that skin inflammation, basically the body's inflammatory response, is a sign of heat. When something is inflamed in the body, it produces redness. It feels hot to the touch. These are all signs of too much heat, excess heat. So we want to clear this heat out. Large intestine 11, one of the most important points for clearing heat anywhere in the body. So there it is. It's getting red on this side as well. Not quite as red on this side because I have some tendinitis in this elbow. So I got a little more inflammation on this side. That's why this side is more red. I think I also spent a little more time on this side too. So there's large intestine 11. So good point to do if your skin issues are very irritated, very red, hot to the touch. That's a sign that you've got a lot of heat that needs to be cleared. So spend a good amount of time massaging large intestine 11. Okay, next point is Sanjiao 5, and this is located on the forearm. We also locate the Sanjiao channel with our palm facing our chest. And the Sanjiao channel runs between the radius and the ulna. So we have two bones in our forearm. Here's the radius on the thumb side, and the ulna is on the pinky side. And the Sanjiao channel runs right between them. Okay, and it's on the dorsal surface. So not on this side. So don't locate it with your palm facing out. It's your palm facing you. And there's the Sanjiao channel. Now, Sanjiao 5 is located about roughly 2 inches from your wrist crease. So here's the wrist crease. If you can't see your wrist crease, just flex your wrist or extend your wrist backwards and you'll see just where these creases are. And then it's about 2 inches above that is Sanjiao 5. Now, when you're massaging when you move your arm, the bones will move and twist over one another. So you can massage this with your palm facing you the way that you locate it, or you can have palm down. Just know that it's going to feel a little different depending on the position of your forearm. So Sanjiao 5 is an important point for releasing the exterior. So in traditional Chinese medicine, we talk about disease in terms of interior and exterior. And an exterior disease is anything that really doesn't affect the internal organs. So an exterior condition is going to affect those parts of our bodies that have a lot of interaction with the external world. So the skin is the prime example. Also the sense the sense organs, the eyes, the ears, the mouth, the nose. Exterior diseases tend to affect those areas as well, but they really affect the skin. And so skin conditions have not penetrated into the deeper layers of the body. And so the concept is that we want to expel those before they do penetrate more interior and become more of a problem. It's easier to get rid of a pathogen when it's on the exterior of the body, because we just sort of think about pushing it out. Once it penetrates deeper, it's harder to deal with. So it's an important concept, releasing the exterior. If you have a skin condition, now sometimes there's an interior component as well, but you want to do this concept of releasing the exterior. So here's Sanjiao 5 on the other side, palm facing the chest. It's the Sanjiao channel is between these two bones, and it's about 2 inches above the wrist crease. So Sanjiao 5, you can see my skin hasn't really changed colors. Where Sanjiao 5, where I was massaging there, I mean a little bit, not near as, large intestine 11 is still red, really red. So that tells you Sanjiao 5, not so much for clearing heat. So Sanjiao 5 is what we call a confluent point, and it affects one of the 8 extra meridians. And it affects a meridian called the Yang Wei. The Yang Wei meridian rules the exterior of the body. So when we treat Sanjiao 5, we're activating this extraordinary meridian that rules the exterior of the body. And so it has a very strong action for releasing the exterior. So this is a good point to use if you're having an allergic reaction to something from the outside. So maybe a seasonal allergy. Your skin is reacting to something that is blooming, or you came into contact maybe with a chemical that irritated your skin. This is going to have a great action for pushing that pathogen out. So that's Sanjiao 5. Next point we're going to do is lung 7. And lung 7 is located close to Sanjiao 5. And again, we're going to find this one, easy way to do it is with the palm facing the chest. The lung channel and the large intestine channel are very close to one another, and they're yin-yang partners. Lung 7 is located just proximal to this styloid process of the wrist. So you've got a bone here. If you have your palm facing your chest, here's a bone here, and then there are 2 tendons just proximal to that bone. That's lung 7. The easiest way to find this is just to join your hands together where the thumb and the forefinger meet. Your index finger is going to just naturally point right to lung 7. So there's lung 7 on this side, and we're going to find it on this side as well. I like to do lung 7 for any exterior conditions, and especially for skin conditions. All of the organ systems have corresponding tissues, and the skin is a tissue that corresponds with the lungs. So when we treat the lungs, we are treating the skin. The lungs are the most exterior of all of the internal organs because they breathe in air and exhale. Just like the skin has the most contact with the outside world. So lungs and the skin are very intimately connected. So if you want to have a positive benefit for your skin, it always helps to treat the lungs. So here's lung 7, helps with that. And then the final point on the hand we're going to do is large intestine 4. Lots of people are familiar with this point. It's located between the thumb and the forefinger. So this is a large fleshy area here. You can just kind of press around and find a tender spot. That's probably the best thing to do. Textbooks say it's located in the height of this fleshy mound here, but really just feel around for a tender spot. Now, large intestine 4 is contraindicated for acupuncture in pregnancy. So if you're pregnant, just skip this point, pick some of the other points on the arm. That's still very red here at large intestine. Clearly have a lot of inflammation in this area that I need to work on. So large intestine 4 is also going to help clear heat, not as strongly as large intestine 11, but it helps, and it helps to release the exterior as well. It's a good point for lots of conditions. It's good for pain anywhere in the body. So if you have skin conditions that are painful, it's excellent for that. It's good for headaches. So anything affecting the head. So if you have, say, eczema on the face or hives affecting the face, large intestine 4 is an important point for anything affecting the head and the face. So it's an important one to do. And it's generally sore when you press on it. Find a sore spot, spend a little time. You can squeeze, you can rub in circles, do what feels good. Okay, so those are the points on the upper body. And now I'm going to show you some points on the legs. So we have 2 points really close to each other on the thigh. And these points are located just above the knee. Let's see if I can get my camera to cooperate today. Okay, so here's your kneecap, and we're going to find the medial and superior border of the kneecap. So right here, here's the medial side, here's the top border. So we want to find kind of this corner and then go about 2 inches up, right there. And this is going to be in the bulge of your quadriceps muscle. This point is spleen 10. It's on the spleen channel. And then about 1 more inch above that is another point called Bai Chong Wo, which I'll talk about that point name more in a minute. I'm going to show you sort of from the side. So kneecap, here's the medial border, top border. So we want to find this corner and then go about 2 inches up for spleen 10, and then about another inch up for Bai Chong Wo. These points are often tender. They're tender on me today. So spleen 10 is a really important point for moving the blood and cooling the blood. So a lot of times with skin conditions, the blood is the internal component. So we talked about releasing the exterior and clearing heat. We also want to balance that out by working on an internal aspect as well. And usually there's too much heat in the blood. Not always, but that is often a component with skin conditions. And so we want to cool the blood to bring down that interior heat as well. And spleen 10 is a really important point for that. I'm going to show you on the other side so that you can see it on both legs. Here we go. Kneecap, medial border, and top border. So we're looking for this corner of the kneecap here, and then about 2 inches above that, and then 1 more inch above that for Bai Chong Wo. So spleen 10, Bai Chong Wo, I'll show you from the side. Here's that corner that we're looking for of the kneecap. Spleen 10, Bai Chong Wo. I mean, this is sort of a big area here on your thigh, and it's hard to know exactly where to look if you're a beginner at it. So just feel around for a tender spot. Your body will tell you when you're in the right spot. So spleen 10, important point for cooling the blood, and also relieves itching and relieves skin inflammation and irritation. Now, Bai Chong Wo, so here's spleen 10, here's Bai Chong Wo. Those are getting a little red on me, so I got a little bit of heat in the blood. Bai Chong Wo is what we call an extra point. So it's located along the spleen channel, but it is not traditionally considered part of the spleen channel, even though it's on that channel pathway. It's what we call an extra point. And the name Bai Chong Wo means 100 insects burrow. And so this is an empirical point for itching. So if you have a very itchy skin condition, Bai Chong Wo is an important point to do. And the name, I think, is so interesting, 100 insects burrow. And so if you've ever had a really irritating, itchy skin condition, you know what that point just name means, because it feels like insects are burrowing into your skin. It's so itchy. This point relieves that level of itchiness. So some of these point names are actually pretty poetic. But that's a very uncomfortable sensation when it feels like insects are burrowing in. So this is a great point for that. Okay, 2 more points on your foot now on the liver channel. So the liver channel runs between the first and second toes. So we're going to talk about liver 2 right here at the junction of the first and second toe. And then liver 3 is just a little bit proximal to that in the depression before these first and second metatarsal bones meet. So your metatarsal bones, here's one, here's the other, and just before they join together, there's a depression right there. That's liver 3. And then just distal to that is liver 2. So these are both helpful points for skin inflammation. Liver 3 has more of a regulating and blood nourishing action, whereas liver 2 is stronger for clearing heat. You can do both of these points, or you can pick one based on, the nature of your skin issues. I'll show you on this side too. Liver 2 here between the first and second toes, and then liver 3 is just a little bit proximal to that in this depression between the first and second metatarsal bones. So you can press, you can rub in circles, you can direct some action from liver 3 to liver 2. This is a good way to get both of those points. If you have a lot of heat, so a lot of redness, skin feels hot to the touch, then you really want to pay attention to liver 2. You can even take your fingernail and rub with your fingernail. Now, don't hurt yourself, so don't scratch yourself and draw blood or anything. Or you can just press your fingernail in there. It's a really helpful way to clear heat. And so these points are also going to have an effect to cool the blood like spleen 10 does, and nourish, a little more action to nourish the blood. That helps to relieve dryness and itching as well. These are good points just to balance out all of the other points that you used that are more specifically for skin issues. So just to review all of our points for skin irritation, we have large intestine 11, still red on me. It's been, several minutes now since I was massaging. That point is still red. So clearly I got some work to do on the inflammation in my elbow. Large intestine 11 here, really strong point for clearing heat. Sanjiao 5, about 2 inches from the wrist crease. That's going to help to release the exterior. Lung 7, you find that point just by joining your thumb and forefinger together, and then your index finger is going to kind of fall right into that point. It's going to tonify the lungs and benefit the skin. Large intestine 4, right here between the thumb and the forefinger, also going to release the exterior, especially good for skin conditions affecting the face and the head. And then we have spleen 10 and Bai Chong Wo here on the thigh, about 2 inches, and then 1 other inch above the kneecap on the medial side. And then we got liver 3 and 2 on the foot. Now, most of these points, like I said, we often want to clear heat when we're talking about skin issues, but sometimes skin issues are related to cold as well, especially dry, itchy skin. In the winter time when it's cold, people tend to get dry skin. These points work for that as well. But what you want to do is just spend a little less time on the points that clear heat, especially large intestine 11. You might not need those points so much if you don't have a lot of heat. But the best way to figure out what works for you is just to try it and see what your body responds to. So those are points for skin irritation and inflammation. If you have other questions or other topics that you would like for us to cover, please let us know, because we love hearing from you. We're going to end today in a comfortable seat again, just like we did at the start. Feet flat on the floor, and just take some breaths and check back in with your body and see how you're feeling. I'm going to close my eyes. You can close yours or leave them open. And let's just take a few breaths. See if anything feels different. Maybe you notice some tingling where you were pressing on the points. Maybe your skin feels better, less irritated. That's great. Hopefully you feel a little more relaxed after spending some time doing acupressure and a little more in touch with your body. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We hope to see you again next time. Thanks. Have a good day.